Hey everyone, so this is the 55-gallon that I just added a bunch of fish to. I set it up a couple of weeks ago and I did seed the canister filter with some previous cycled media, and then I used some stability just to kind of reinforce that beneficial bacteria. All of the fish are ones I had previously spread out between my other tanks, so, well, not really spread out, but they didn't really need quarantine just because they are my fish. I didn't buy them from a store recently or anything. I do have a couple more things to add to the tank. Not quite finished by a long shot, but anyway. So you may notice that there are 3 bettas in here right now. 2 females and 1 male. I've had these fish for quite a while. That little male over there is Frost. He is recovering from fin rot that he got in the stress of our move. So I've had him the longest. So I'm quite familiar with their temperaments and how they deal with other fish, community-wise, and just kind of a little trial, I guess, to see now how they would do with each other. So if they do need to be separated, I obviously have other tanks that they can be moved to, so that's not a problem. But so far, there's been some curiosity, but mostly just disinterest with each other. So I know, don't mind my kid in the background anyway. I know that can change kind of swiftly. Sorry about the glare. So I will just keep an eye on them. I don't have classes right now, so it's kind of the perfect time just to watch them. Here's Kronos. There's this little puppo. Anyway, so yeah. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's one of my favorite guppies. Not a very good shot of him. Anyway. You have obviously a heater, and in case you're wondering what type of filter, just running the Fluval 206, and I know that's not a very, it's more for like 45-gallon versus a 55, but I have sponge filters on backup if need be, but this is probably the most stocked this tank will get, so outside of, maybe some guppy babies that might happen, which so far they haven't really wanted to breed, possibly due to it. The pH is quite high here. But yeah, outside of guppy babies, I don't really foresee getting any new fish for this tank. I like it kind of how it is, a little understocked. I like nano fish more than anything, so see if you can see them. Gosh, I just have horrible equipment. Oh, look, see, he's flaring at her. He's a little interested, but
hey, Mommy!
Sorry about that, 5-year-old. She's a bit inquisitive and loud and rambunctious. So, anyway, I think everybody looks pretty okay. Frost is jetting over. He thinks he's got some lady friends now. I'm sure some of you have experienced this, but he was actually really depressed. And, non-fish keepers will probably laugh if they ever hear that and think, oh, a fish can't be depressed, but let me tell you, I'm sure a lot of you know that absolutely can be depressed. So this right here is also the most interest they've shown in each other since I put them in the tank. And again, it's just kind of curiosity. He is doing some chasing, some following more than I would say chasing, but so again, just keep an eye on him. I am not mad at him flaring or anything because this is the most interested I've seen him in something in a while, so I just want him to be happy. It's my little pumpkin. Gosh, he is so small compared to her. I think it's funny how little he is. So really quickly, just wanted to say that in case you're curious about anything in the tank, I did say that I had the Fluval 206 canister filter, and I kind of just modified the output with a sponge to make it a little more betta friendly. I do have a sponge to go over the intake as well. It's just not on right now. The substrate is actually black diamond blasting sand. It's not abrasive for the quarries or anything like that. It's basically just sand. I know a lot of people are concerned that, you know, it's blasting sand, so it's supposed to be sharper or coarser. That's not necessarily the case. It's actually the manner in which the sand is used that makes it abrasive. It's not the sand itself per se. So I just got, I believe, the 2040 grit. The long things, I guess, just yarn, just acrylic yarn. It's just some homemade spawning mops. And then got some Java fern on a piece of driftwood. I don't remember what kind of driftwood it is. And then just some hornwort, again, on a piece of driftwood. And then, you know, it's a little fake cave over there. The goal is to obviously have it much more decorated than this, have it have more rhyme and reason to it. This is kind of just stuff I threw together to put in here so that way they would have hides and everything. And like I said, I do have some more stuff to add, but with how expensive like PetSmart decorations are and everything like that, obviously I'm not trying to spend $1 billion more than I've already spent, right? But so the goal is just to kind of get some PVC pipes, maybe paint them black to kind of match the sand, and then cover them with maybe Java moss, something like that, to give it a more natural appearance, create some hides and some caves and tunnels for the fish to swim through and hide in, feel more secure.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too, kiddo. One thing, obviously, if you look up betta sororities and everything, which is kind of the goal, I guess, just to add maybe a couple more females in here, but it's important to have hides and kind of specific areas and it to be pretty densely planted, so that way everybody kind of has a territory and it creates a more stable environment for them to be in, because they're not right in each other's faces all the time. So this is obviously not ideal at the moment, and as I previously mentioned, this is kind of just testing their temperaments with each other. I'm well prepared to pull them out if need be, and I might just even separate them after a little bit anyway. This is just kind of, I guess, conditioning is what I would call it, to get them ready to be together. And the male is not a permanent fixture as of right now. If he proves to be of a good enough temperament, you know, he may be in with the females or if the females tolerate him. I know that each female has a different personality. He's always been pretty docile, always been pretty chill. So, and I've had him for about 2 years now, so I'm pretty familiar with how he behaves. But anyway, that's kind of what's in here. That's kind of a bit of the plan. So, yeah. Oh gosh. Sorry, I have really bad. I'm just filming with my phone, so do not I'm not a YouTuber. You watch me, you get glare, you get unfocused, you get the whole amateur package. I'm serving you just super realness, I guess. You can tell I'm not a professional at all. I'm not a pet tuber. Sugar, my big mama. And to go. Oh, there's everybody together. Frost is doing some chasing. Frosty boy. There's my cat, Chowder. She loves the fish. It's a no-brainer. She likes to get on top of them. My cats will drink fish water over a bowl full of water any day. They like, I'm sure many of you, if you have cats, you know, they like running water. I even set up an old, clean filter in a bowl for them to so they constantly had filtered water, because I didn't want to buy one of those kind of I don't want to say cheap, but you know the pet filtered water bowls. I didn't want to buy one, so I just made one, and they still chose fish water. I guess it's, added flavor, essence of fish. There's my koi cats. Look at those little babies. These are some of my favorites. Blub, blub, blub. Gosh, this glare is bad. Ooh. There we go. Put a Band-Aid on it. There's little mama. She is, you might not be able to see, but she does have stress stripes going on right now. She is clearly a little paler along her side there. So I may pull her out here soon and put her back in her original tank. Sugar, she looks fine. She just ate, so she is gigantically fat, so don't come for me with the bloating. Well, you can come for me. Comment what you want. Give me your suggestions, your critiques, that's fine. Just be polite. It's one thing to be critical. It's another thing just to be openly hostile. Yeah, she's not liking this, so. It's like she is and she isn't. I don't know. I'm not a fish whisperer, so I just think that she's pretty stressed, so I have to fish her out. In her case, so Sugar, she has been in a community 20-gallon with all of these guppies for quite a while now. So she is kind of pretty used to it. Frost has been with the guppies before, and recently I did put him back with them. So he is also kind of used to being around other fish, kind of being with everything. Like in Little Mama's case, she had a couple of cories that she was with for a brief period of time, but I moved all the quarries together just because they didn't seem very happy for obvious reasons. They wanted their school, so I just put them all together and just did more frequent gravel vacs on her tank. She is typically in a divided tank with my other male, David. So I think that is part of the reason she is taking this a little worse than the other two is, you know, she's used to like about 5 gallons and being alone. Though to be fair, there have been a few times where I've come home and she has jumped the barrier, and I've even had the water lowered so she couldn't get over the divider, and she's jumped it and been in David's side of the tank. So either she's a little promiscuous baby or she just is lonely. Anyway, I think that this is the last time I restart this video. I think I'm officially out of things to say. Besides the fact that, look at how preggo these ladies are. Also, why are they swimming so crooked? I don't understand. The tank does have a slight lean to it, and that is like based on the floor. It is evenly supported on all 4 sides and down the middle. There's no gap. It's not wobbly or anything like that. It is literally just the floor leans. And I don't know if that is making the fish lean. I don't know why, but yeah, so they're all swimming crooked now. I think it's quite funny. Okay, I promise this is the last time. If I end up uploading this, which I'm not even sure I will, you know, like, comment, subscribe, down like, I don't care. Do what you gotta do. Leave me constructive criticism or positivity. I mean, do what you feel you need to do. Just please try to be polite and constructive. Keyword constructive. Don't just offer all of the hate. That doesn't help anybody. It just promotes negativity. And if you're just going to tell me that I need to get better equipment, you might as well stop. I don't upload enough to even get anything fancy. Nobody likes me that much. So don't even go there. Okay, thanks. Bye, awkward turtle.